Hey friends, I'm Pramit and I'm happy to be back again sharing with you my experiences of reversing my diabetes and trying to answer the most common questions. The one question which I'm being asked very often is, how are things now after so many years? So remember, I reversed my diabetes, or rather started on that journey in January 2009. So it has been something like 12 years. That's a long time. So if I were to just, I thought today I'll just talk about that journey and how life has been for me in those 12 years. So well, the good news is that I am no longer technically diabetic. Uh, Even in the early phase, never took medicine, never took it ever. And I think this journey started with my transforming life, my lifestyle in a big way, in a very holistic way. And those are experiences or the tips and the tricks of my shared experiences that I've shared in my video, the original video, how I reversed my diabetes. Now, so when I started with that intense exercise, the funny thing was my diabetes came under control. My sugar levels were down to normal in about, I think, 2 months, 3 months' time. My weight actually stayed at I think it was somewhere around 78, 79. It stayed right there. In fact, it increased a bit even after 5, 6 months of intensely working on it. And I realized that something seems to be wrong, but that it just continued. I persisted. So one learning that I'll share is that just persist, because so each of us, our bodies are different. So it may take weight to drop. Sometime that journey may be different from bringing your diabetes under control. So you have to be patient and persistent, because a lot of people ask me how much time it's going to take. And for me, it took 6 months. When my weight started dropping, diabetes had already dropped. And the experience is that you got to actually keep working on it, maybe for a year, maybe for a couple of years, to get to a level where your insulin resistance is no longer a matter of concern. Because if you can do that, suddenly your metabolic rate goes up. So this is what I've been doing. So last 12 years or so, I have multiple mini meals that, like I've suggested. I don't eat a lot in one go. I try and eat healthy, and the reason other people ask me, why don't you go back to your earlier life, and I said no, I would never do that, because this whole energy that I feel the whole day, and I feel energetic and I feel lighter. I don't want to go back to those earlier days when I would be completely on medicine, having headaches all the time. I don't want to go back to that life. And you get used to it. You get used to eating healthy, and of course, I eat everything, but I do it in a somewhat in a way that it still remains healthy. And a lot of these, for example, I take brown rice, which I never used to do earlier. I would take a lot more veggies. I would actually, I've got an electric oven, or I call it a tandoor, and there I can cook, bake a lot of things without any oil, and they still taste brilliantly well. So these are the life modifications which I've been doing. So over the, so my weight has more or less stayed in the region of, in a good BMI region of about 63, 64. I think on an average it will be more like 63, 63. And it has been extremely active. I haven't gone down with any serious illness or anything, and I think it has to do with basically I think immunity also goes up. My cholesterol levels remain at around 150, with the good with the high cholesterol, the HDL cholesterol remaining high. And I keep exercising, of course, every day, because if I don't do it, the body just feels that things are not moving. It has to remain well oiled. So I think the 12 years have been pretty good, and this is just to reassure everybody that we can be on that journey and stay on this journey. There is nothing to fear, and I'll be happy to keep answering more and more questions. I hope that what I've shared is of use, and look forward to getting more questions.